Hi guys, and welcome back again. So in this video, we're going to check out the stepper. Now the stepper is located down here. There's two of them. One's located across on the second modulator slot, and the stepper one is located on the first, and they're identical. Now the stepper is an advanced step sequencer, which allows you to edit its waveform. So for each step of the step sequencer, you can assign a unique waveform, and they combine to form the overall sequence. And you can range from very simple patterns to much more kind of complex patterns. Now each one of the steps is divided into start, center, and end, and we have a step editor down here where we can actually fine-tune exactly what the step's going to be doing. Now in order to hear the stepper at work, we obviously have to route it to something. So let's come to the matrix down here. Source 1, let's choose the stepper 1. And then for a target, let's try something a little bit different. Let's try the wavetable mix. Let's put this onto something a little bit more obvious. Let's try Robo 1. Let's bring up an amount, and let's hear if we can hear this now working. Which we can. Okay, let's come out of the matrix. So let's have a look at editing this. Now, as I said, this control or these options on the left here allow us to change the time division, so we can speed up that step. Now you can see it's going all the way through to the end. Now to make this a bit easier to demonstrate, let's shorten this. So we're only going to be working on the first 8 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this top half here. So we could create some grooves here by changing the time divisions for individual steps. So that's the first thing we can do. Now we can use this little kind of square in here to edit the curve of an individual step here. So you can see we can make some kind of more convex or concave shapes like so. So we can drag this around. Let's hear the difference. So you can get exactly what it is you're looking for. Now what we can also do here is say copy a step and paste it like so. And we can also reverse a step. So let's come into here, click reverse, and it's going to be reversed. So you can get some quite interesting combinations going there. Now something we can also do is change the step from being a curve to more of a rectangular shape, like a square wave kind of shape. So we do that using this little H here. You can see now we've got more of a square shape, and then we can kind of change the pulse width of this by using the little square here. You can hear that, so it's quite interesting. So we can create some quite complex, as you can hear, quite complex kind of rhythms by using this. Okay, so I'll just reset this back to the default. Now what we can also do, as well as using the zone editor down here, we can actually drag on the display over here. It's a little bit fiddly sometimes, but that way we can create different kind of shapes here. Like for example, we could create a straight line like so. So we can basically draw in directly on the display here and also use the step editor. Let's see what that sounds like. So let's say we wanted this to continue a bit longer in that same position there. So that way we can really increase the flexibility of what's achievable. Okay, so let's have a look at some of the other parameters here. Now, first of all, we have a rate control here. You can see it's working in beats and bars. That's because the mode here is set to SPOS, which is step sequencer speed and position are going to be synchronized to the project tempo. Sync is just going to be the speed, which is synchronized, or free means it's going to be free running. We know what start and end do, or we know what end does, but start allows you to basically choose where you're going to start from. Now, retrigger allows you to retrigger when a note is pressed. So let's take that off. So you'll see that now, when I press a new note or message, it's triggering the step sequence from wherever it last played from. Whereas if retrigger's on, it's going to always trigger from that start position. Now, the start and end allow you to set the kind of loop point, assuming that loop is switched on. So if we take loop off, it doesn't carry on going through with the step sequencer. Put it back on. It's going to loop round, and the start point is going to be the start point of that loop, and the end point is going to be where that loop ends. So what you could do is say, let's say we had 5, and we'll loop through to 9. Sorry, 8. So whenever we start a new note, we're always going to retrigger from the start. You can see the loop is now going to be looping from position 5 to position 8. We can have this mono as well, so it's going to be the same for all of the voices playing simultaneously. And those are the parameters of the stepper. So the stepper allows us, as we know, to create custom waveforms we can use for modulation. We can do this by either dragging on the start and end point of one of these steps, like so. We drag in the center, we can move it up and down, like so. We also have this kind of more fine-tuned step editor here where we can speed up time divisions or slow them down if they're already sped up. And we can also change the kind of shape of the curve. We can copy and paste between steps, like so. We can also reverse a step, and we can change it from being curved to more of a square shape. And then we get the ability to change the pulse width here. We have a rate control here, and that can be sync to project tempo, sync to project tempo and position, or free running. We can be mono, so it's going to create the same modulation signal for all the voices. And then we have retrigger to start from the beginning of the stepper every single time. And then loop allows us to loop the stepper, and we can choose where we want that to start from and where we want that to end as well. And that's the stepper. So now we've covered the stepper. In the next video, we're going to have a look at our macro controls over here and also the modulation matrix. So I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.